Ladies and gentlemen, the sun has now found its home in the western sky, and it is Saturday night in Tiger Stadium, home of the LSU Tigers, one of the great venues in college football. This is the type of early season game you look forward to, an opportunity to make a statement in a top 10 showdown. As we'll see the number 5 team in the country, the Michigan Wolverines, taking on the 9th-ranked team in the land, the LSU Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollock, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. LSU ready to kick it away to get things started. It bounds through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. This crowd trying to show them what it's going to be like all day in this house. Leaves it with the back. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29. Love seeing these early season top 25 matchups. You can get a really good feel of how good these teams are, guys.
And the intensity is going to be big too, David, because the players, on these teams, they've been thinking about this game for a long time. They knew they'd have a national stage, and they got a chance to prove just how good they are.
Oh, man, make that statement. Make that early statement. We always look at the end of the season, and what does the committee say? Oh, they beat top 25 so-and-so. Here's your chance to put that on your resume. It'll pay off big time and late in the season.
Tackled after picking up the first down.
Well, I know this is an offensive line that has a ton of pride. They want to come out each and every game and really impose their will on the D-line. They got just enough push there on that run play to pick up the first.
This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. They'll run it to the right. Really nice stop there from this senior leader. People like to say conference affiliation doesn't matter, but you get the SEC against the Big Ten, and there's no denying there's a little extra juice in the building.
Definitely extra juice. The best 2 conferences, the biggest conferences, Palmer. Everybody talks about these being the power brokers and deciding the future of college football. So, yes, it matters.
A lot of blue bloods in both conferences, David, you're right. I think it's something players are also very aware of, too, is having that conference pride, wanting to win this game, representing the rest of the teams in their conference.
Got a lot of running room. And he froze that defender. He thought he was going to pitch and kept it himself and turned it into a big play.
And he easily got the first. They've been running plays to set it up, and the QB knew exactly what he was going to get. Jesse, he took off through that hole, exploded, and got the big explosive play.
And now I think if you're on defense now, you're second-guessing some of your calls. Do we really want to blitz this guy and risk that happening again? Do we want to play man coverage and risk having defenders in the back end with their backs to the quarterback? This guy right now has our defense on skates. So we got to be really careful moving forward what we're dialing up.
Lost yardage on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. From the gun, running back on the move. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Wolverines. That running back just had a caravan of blockers to take him into the end zone.
There's not very many times at home, Reese, where I'm going to say that everybody watching on their couch could have scored on that play. This is one of them.
And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. So that was a 6-play, 75-yard drive. And the house call coming on the run from the 23. Oh, he's going to take a chance. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. The offense lining up for a first down play. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Fires into traffic, intercepted. They got him down pretty quickly after the pick, but now they've got it at the 15-yard line.
You know, after watching that interception, I just wonder if this kid's too amped up tonight. He was so excited to take the field. He thought this was going to be a game that he could stat it up, but he's going to have to do a better job tonight with his decision-making. That is not how you want to start a game.
And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. There wasn't much need to throw it around on that last drive for the touchdown, Jesse. They got it done running the ball.
And David, I don't think you have to overthink this thing. If they can't stop you running it, why would you stop handing it off? Just keep at it here on this drive.
Well, and if I'm the defense, I'm making some changes. I'm bringing in more big bodies. I'm playing more aggressive towards the line of scrimmage. I am not going to let them have that kind of drive again.
Going to work on second down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Corners showing press. They want to be physical here. He'll ride his man on the option. Headed to the end zone. And he's sprinting. He'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Michigan.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, two very different emotions inside the locker rooms of those top 15 teams who did battle today. Tennessee left little doubt. You know, this version of the Volunteers can hang with any of the teams of the past. And remember, this is a program that went 13-0 en route to a national title back in 1998. We'll see a lot of games this week, but few will have as much of an impact on the new top 25 poll next week as this one, gentlemen.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update. And he was able to run through one tackle, but still only a modest gain. You can really set the tone for what's possible in your season in early season showdowns like this, both in the top 10 and both with the loftiest of goals.
This one's fun too, David, because we had this game circled in the offseason. We knew this was going to be a really good matchup early, and we're going to find out the answers to a lot of questions we have about both these teams.
Well, and sometimes it's hard to figure that out, right? Like, you don't get till mid-season, you're like, oh, they haven't played anybody. Out the gates, two top 10 teams, we get to find out really quickly who's legit. Nice job by the QB, sitting back in the pocket. You can tell he wants to throw the football, go through his progressions. Nothing home, take off, and slide. I love the slide at the end. Don't take a big shot.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. To the ground with the back. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Blasted as he lets it go. And that pass intercepted. Got room on the return. And he will roll into the end zone. Touchdown, Wolverines. These guys are really hitting their stride in week 4 as they push out that lead.
What an incredible individual effort by that big fella there. And Dave, you know, it's funny, I've been hearing more and more about how these D linemen are the best athletes on the field. What do you think?
I present to you Exhibit A. Look at the big fella. Not only does he make the catch, okay, so I can be a DB, I can be a wide receiver, I can catch it. I got the ball in my hands, guess what else I am? I'm a running back. I take that thing all the way back to the house. Exhibit A, the best athletes on the football field.
Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
And the incompletion brings up a second down for this offense. The play action fake. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
What a great play. This guy is a force on this D-line. You think about Michigan football defensively, they've got dudes up front. Aiden Hutchinson, Brandon Graham, Mozzie Smith, Rashawn Gary. Guys that can win one-on-one and guys that change and force your game plan to have to adapt for them. You need to double team these guys if you want to have any chance. This is that type of player. He's got so much ability.
Now facing a third down as they line up after the break. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And that's a play on third down. This offense just has to do a better job protecting their quarterback. Give them a split second more time to complete that throw, but they couldn't do it there.
Well, this head coach is clearly sending a message, going for it this close to his own end zone. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. On fourth down, they're taking to the air. And they gambled in their own end, and now they give up really good field position.
There are analytics out there in college football that say maybe you can go for that at that point of the field here in the first half. It's still early. If you don't get it, you can come back later in the game, make it up, score some more points, and that mistake will be erased. The problem is right now at this juncture of the game, that was a big-time error. The fact that you didn't get that, you're now gifting your opponent points.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
That is a great play by the defensive end. The most athletic players on the field play defensive end. Yes, you heard me, Jess, Reese. Exactly what I said. Great get off. Great job getting in the backfield, making the play.
Fast motion from the offense. They'll keep it on the ground. And not much doing there as that defense runs him out of bounds. They'd love to pick up this third down and get a fresh set with first and goal. Leaves it with the running back. And how about that alertness and that swarming D to keep him from getting the first down? They'll try to get something out of this drive and kick the field goal here on fourth down. He'll boot it from the left side, and from this distance, that angle ought to be fairly easy. And this one splits the uprights. And they'll push that lead out a little further. They're really starting to extend that lead as they get ready to kick it away again. Oh, he's going to go for the return. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. They just haven't been able to get anything going, and they better get started and the ball is out. Who's going to get it? Well, look what I found. I'd say that's a stroke of good fortune. The offense keeps it. You want to talk about hearts and throats when that ball was on the ground? The offense recovered its own fumble. On second down, he's looking downfield. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again.
And that is why this defense is so good. They get after the quarterback and get him on the ground. That's their third on the day, and they're number one in the country in sacks, and they have been a problem for every offense they've faced.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. Third and long, backed up inside their 20. From the gun, wants to pass. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Yeah, and unfortunately, this guy's been beat like a drum. He's been hit, sacked a bunch of times already, and another hit right here. I'm literally looking at my offensive line and be like, dude, I need some more time. You got to protect me better than this. Give me a chance to complete some passes.
Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. And generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical on this drive.
Motion from the offense. They'll go right back to him. Oh, the ball squirts out. It's as if that ball had a magnet going back to the offense. How in the world did they keep it?
And they'll take over first and 10.
The corners are walked up tight. Shotgun snap on third down. Trying to make magic on the scramble. That'll be enough for the first down as they mark it down at the 31-yard line. And the Wolverines come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Just a solid stop by this sophomore.
I like feeding my guy. I like getting my running back touches, feeding the ball so he can break some of those big runs. But I'm also okay with these little ones. Set the tone, stay balanced.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Wide out in motion. On the move. Keeps it and gets the first down. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop.
You just hold your breath every time this QB keeps the football in the running game, man. With his speed, he's a threat to hit the home run every time he totes the rock.
The option look. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Michigan!
Well, they go back to the option play. Now, this is the second time, Pollock, this QB has scored running this scheme offensively.
Yeah, and as a defense, you got to understand when you're playing the option, it's responsibility football. I got to stop my assignment. I can't get caught in somebody else's business. You could tell this defense not really ready for this quarterback run game. They better figure it out, or it's going to be a long game.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Two very different emotions inside the locker rooms of these teams who did battle today. Texas looked like a program ready to take the next step after a big road win today. This was a complete team effort from the Horns. Offense, defense, and special teams doing its part. Hook 'em, and they hooked a W in this one. 60 minutes of football and a convincing outcome. and certainly a game with implications far beyond just the standing.
And here's the third interception of the night. And it's going to be a pick six. Touchdown, Wolverines. Look, I know it's only the second quarter, but we're starting to see a pretty significant gap develop between these two teams right now.
No doubt. When your defense is scoring, your offense is scoring, good things happening for your ball club. This defense on point, reading their scouting report, making big plays.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead.
Extra point.
The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead.
That makes the score Michigan 38, LSU 0.
They're lining up to kick it off after the pick six, and that defense will come out feeling it. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. They find themselves in a pretty deep hole here, but maybe a chance to grab a little momentum and regroup at halftime.
Yeah, a big chance. Like this is an opportunity. This is the biggest opportunity in front of them in the game right now. You got to get some points on the board. You got to create something positive, Jesse. There hasn't been a whole lot to be positive about in the first half.
If I'm playing quarterback, I'm locating my go-to guy at receiver. Who can I count on one-on-one to go and make me a play? Maybe even one-on-two. Who can go up, catch the ball, get us some yards, and get us some points.
Listen, I know that's not a huge game, but those run plays add up. They make you tackle the back every single play. Physically, you have to get some guy on the ground. It takes its toll throughout a fourth quarter game.
First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
First half with the score Michigan 38, LSU 0.
The Wolverines will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. And he'll just take a knee in this drive.